Good evening.
How about in Notorious? Could you describe the build-up of suspense there?
Well, no, that wasn't really... The suspense there was, how soon will Claude Rains find out that the woman who was the daughter of an old friend is an American agent? We all know it. Mm-hmm. We were told at the beginning that she was working with Cary Grant. Then you had the added fact that Cary Grant was in love with her. And yet in the course of his job, he literally had to put this woman into the arms of another man. Now that was your emotional story, but your suspense story, which built up to its climax, when they just then, in the process of which you come to the moment when it says, "Mother, I'm married to an American agent."
Che cosa è successo? Elena, mia moglie è una spia americana.
Now they know they've got to get rid of her. But they've got to get rid of her surreptitiously.
Prendi il caffè, cara, si sta freddando.
Can't just bump her off, because all the rest of his colleagues will know. So you get a case of arsenical poisoning, you see.
Now, that was the technical challenge, but there are other challenges. Which ones?
Well, the challenge of the whole analogy of the film. In the opening of the film, we show how he treats birds, animals. He thinks that they should be in nice cages and very happy and so forth. Now, the film shows that man must be responsible to nature. He cannot assume that nature is always beneficial. In this respect of man's, shall we say, taking nature for granted, makes him complacent. He thinks he's the master of everything. Mm-hmm. But a man in a thunderstorm, if he's afraid at all, or you see a woman in a thunderstorm, she immediately goes under the table in fear.
Vertigo, a feeling of dizziness, a swimming in the head. Figuratively, a state in which all things seem to be engulfed in a whirlpool of terror, as created by Alfred Hitchcock in the story that gives new meaning to the word suspense.
Do you regard the form of mystery as a kind of escape from your own fears?
You see, it all starts with a baby, we'll say, at the age of 6 months. And the mother says, "Boo," and scares the hell out of the baby, gives it the hiccups, and then the baby giggles. We all enjoy, shall we say, putting our toe in the cold water of fear.
Can you remember any specific instance when you were frightened as a child?
Well, I have a vague recollection of being scared by a policeman. I think that when I was probably about 4 or 5 years of age, being sent with a note to the local police station and being shut in a cell as a punishment for some mishap.
Your new film is called Psycho. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me something about it?
Well, Psycho is my first attempt at a shocker. In some sense, it could be called a horror film.
Can you give away any secrets of your theory of scaring people? The Psycho shower scene.
Well, the shower scene in Psycho, the knife never touched the body at all. Mm-hmm. It was just this fast cutting from one thing to another. The knife, the girl's face and the feet and everything was so rapid that there were 78 separate pieces of film in 45 seconds. The element of suspense is giving an audience information. Now, you and I are sitting here. Suddenly a bomb goes off. Up we go, blown to smithereens. What did the audience have watching this scene? 5 or 10 seconds of shock. Now, We do the scene over again. But we tell the audience there's a bomb underneath this table and it's going to go off in 5 minutes. Now, this innocuous conversation about football becomes very potent. They say, don't talk about football, there's a bomb under there. That's what they want to tell us. Then their anxieties will be as long as that clock ticks away. But the bomb must never go off. I once committed a grave error in having a bomb from which I'd extracted a great deal of suspense. And I had the thing go off, which I should never have done, because they needed the relief from their suspense. Somebody should say, oh my goodness, look, there's a bomb. Pick it up, throw it out the window, bang.
Are there films you wouldn't do over again? Some people have been very hurt to find when Rope was their favorite picture, and that body in the trunk and the young men giving a dinner party with the body in the trunk and all that appealed to so many people as a mystery, as a frightening film. And they're disappointed to hear that you wouldn't do it the way you did it if you had to do it again.
Oh, yes, I would.
You did the astounding thing of doing the movie in 20-minute takes.
Well, that was because it was a theatre piece. And I was trying to get some movement into what is really a theatre piece. Yeah. So we follow the actors all around, and it was a prodigious job of production because walls had to slide away to let the camera go through and all kinds of things. I remember the opening shot, we had this set, and it was a sort of a penthouse room, and we built a great big panorama of New York in miniature form, not just a painted back. And then we had a dining room and a kitchen. I remember the opening scene took 750 feet without a cut, starting with the murder of the boy, following the two through into the dining room, into the kitchen, and you hold your breath right the way through for fear something may go wrong. And they got some champagne and brought it back, and as the camera came back, I said, my God, thank goodness this shot's over. And as we panned round, there's an electrician standing there, right in the window.
Oh, and you couldn't rewrite the film to allow for that?
Start all over again.
Mr. Hitchcock, what is your definition of happiness?
A clear horizon, nothing to worry about on your plate, only things that are creative and not destructive.
Do you really believe in the perfect murder?
Yes, absolutely. On paper, that is. But I doubt if I could carry it out.
Oh? Why not?
Well, because in stories, things usually turn out the way the author wants them to, and in real life, they don't.
It was funny to think that just a year ago, I sat in that Knightsbridge pub actually planning to murder her. And I might have done it if I hadn't seen something that changed my mind.
Well, what did you see?
I saw you.
I should simply tell them that you're trying to blackmail me into murdering your wife. When would this take place?
Tomorrow night.
Where?
Approximately where you're standing now. Go straight to the window.
Hello?
Hide behind the curtains.
Hello?
If you remember a film I made years ago called Rear Window, which was all from the point of view of one man, James Stewart, sitting in a window. Well, he had to look. Then I had to cut to what he saw, then cut back to his reaction. Now, what I was really doing was showing a mental process of the man by means of pictures, by what he saw.